Hey, scrappy friends, this is Mags from Mags Graphics, and today we're going to talk about all things denim. My latest product in the store is the Everyday Enhanced Denim Bundle. Here is a shot of the preview of all of it, and let's take a closer look. When you get into this, you will find 10 denim papers, all with different textures. Then we'll also find 16 pocket embellishments. These are normal pockets, different colors, different shading, some with worn and torn spots, others with patches. And then we will find some enhanced pockets and then rivets. So these pockets have flaps attached that you can hide or move or slide things under. Because they're enhanced pockets, you'll be able to ungroup them, and the flap part is separate. And we've got some really cute rivets that can also be used. Then we have another set of enhanced pockets that are filled with things. Again, these flaps are separate. We've got some photos in some, school supplies, frog in my pocket or another pocket, some sunglasses, a smartphone, and then some other patches here that are also separate layers. And then finally, we've got a full page cluster that is a close-up of a pair of jeans with photos slipped into the pockets. So we'll take a look at all of these things. First up, I'm going to add to page. Here is one of your denim backgrounds. Great denim texture. Here is another one that's got a seam running through it, running through the middle of it. Neat way to separate. Maybe use your journaling over on the small side and all your photos here on the big side. We've got one here with a tear in it. Here's another example of some of the textures that you will have. And then we've got some of the black tan textures as well. So some, not tan, just black and gray. So some really neat denim papers that you'll be able to use on your layout. Then I'm going to go over here to the embellishment panel. The first thing you'll notice are the grouped embellishments. That means they're enhanced art and that you'll be able to ungroup them to customize them. And then your regular embellishments are down here below, which are the regular pockets and the rivets. And you can see some of the fun sayings on the rivets: favorite photo, favorite moment, love this so much. This is my personal favorite. I live in jeans. That is me, or my favorite jeans. So let's take one of these pockets and add it to the page. And when we do that, we can right click and do group ungroup. And now you've got this separate piece here. So you could insert your own empty frame. You could maybe have one coming out this way. Another one maybe on this side. Scoot them down below. Could make it look as if they're kind of tucked out from the little flap that's there, or maybe the flap is up on the front and you could slip them behind. You could also take other embellishments and drop it into the pocket as well. And delete these. Once you get past your flapped pockets, got a couple of fun ones here. This one and this one that have some different patches on them. And when you do group ungroup, you'll see that the patches are separate. This one happens to cover up the stitch that was part of the original pocket, but it's been pulled apart so that you can go up and change the hue and saturation if you would like to. You can make it brighter. The same way with your other one over here, grouping, ungroup. This one was just added to a pocket, so you could pull it off and add it to any other pocket. But again, you can go up to hue and saturation and you can change it to fit your layout. You'll be able to drop in your photos into these little drops that are in here, or you could always take out the photos and put in other embellishments. I'm going to delete those and scoot down a little further. Now you see we've got a couple of other things in our pockets. Here's an example of what you can do with that flap. I've taken a leather tie and just tucked it underneath here. This part is separate, so if you recolor one, let's say I want to change the hue and saturation, I'll make that lighter color, then I'm going to come here. Now when I change the hue and saturation, it is going to change the rivet. In most cases it won't matter, but this is a good way if you wanted a different rivet that you could add it on, keep your aspect ratio the same. I'm going to scoot it in further just so I can get it covered up. And then I can add it right over the top of where that old rivet used to be. Add a shadow. Let's see here, maybe not quite that deep. And now you've got a new rivet, new color, and I could always change this or switch it out for some other ribbon or tie that I might have from another kit. I'm going to delete this and go back up. We also have this fun one that has a cell phone in the pocket. Same idea. You can do grouping, ungroup, and over here the outer shape is the phone and the glass. When you go to drag in a photo, sometimes it gets, I can't reach it because it's covered by that glass. So when I get ready to add my photo, I'm either going to lock this to make it seem invisible, or I could hide it. Either one should work. So I could come in here. Now I can drop in a picture and I can click on my picture, make the adjustments. This is my friends and I at a P2P Live in St. Louis with our busker chooks. And I can now unlock this, and now it's in the phone. I can also put these two together and group them so that they stay together. And I can always turn this a little bit so it's a little more jaunty inside of the pocket. We also have this one that has sunglasses in it, and all of the sunglass pieces are separate so that you can adjust the sunglasses the way that you want. I'm going to click on the sunglass pieces, pull them up and out so you can see them. I'm also going to group them, and then I'm going to turn them. Let's take this and these pieces out of the way. All right, now I'm going to ungroup them again, and we're just going to play. Maybe I don't want this paper that happens to be on it, this burst paper, or maybe I want to just change the color. So I'll go up to color, hue and saturation. Let's pick a pink. Lower the brightness a little bit. Try if I up the saturation, click OK. Then I'm going to go to the shape of the one arm and change it. I'm just going to keep the same settings and then do it again. I don't need to do anything with the inside. With the lens is just fine. When I'm happy, I'm going to go ahead and select. I'm going to group it back together, turn it sideways again, and now I can bring it up and put it in my pocket. And you can see that now I've got pink sunglasses instead of the yellow. And I just want to tuck it in so that it's in the pocket somewhere, and then I could add a fun beach photo into this. Maybe hang a little floaty or charm off of the inside from, going underneath the flap. So another fun one that you can do. Let me group this, move it out of the way. Got a couple of frogs. A long time ago, I had a cute kit called Frog in My Pocket. It's long been discontinued, but I was thinking about that as I was working with these, and so I decided to give you a couple of frogs that are totally customizable. When you ungroup this, you're going to notice you've got a head, arms, belly, and feet. So if there's any adjustment you want, I'm going to select all 4 of those first. I could always move them out and use this in another kit, in another layout sometime. Or I can have him so he's hanging out of the pocket. I had it separate so that you could have the head and arms here on the outside, but you also had the option of the feet and the belly. Same way with our other frog. This one's diving into this. And if you wanted to change the hue and saturation, you could. I mean, if you had a different color frog, maybe you want this to be just a solid color, you go matte format color, pick something, and then I could go up to the filter ribbon, add a texture, lower the amplification a little. And once again, I'm going to grab these bits and pieces, put him in. I could always take him out and turn his little head around if I wanted. Now it looks like before it was sort of the inside with his belly, but now by covering this whole thing up green and turning his head around, now it looks as if he's diving. And so I could use him on my, oops, not you. I feel like I'm missing a piece. No, maybe not. I could use him elsewhere on my layout, or I have him diving into the pocket. So just something fun to do. Let me pull these off. Finally, we also have one with some pencils in it, maybe for some, school supplies, end of the year. I'm going to come back to this enhanced one in just a minute. And let's just look at some of our regular pockets. These are just pocket ones. You can certainly resize them any way that you want. You can add any element from any other kit. These are just the basic pockets, and you certainly have lots of options, including changing the hue and saturation to match any of your other kits. And then here are the rivets that you can certainly make smaller, add to either corner, as if it was just part of the pocket to begin with. So you have some fun things of customization that you can do. And then we have some larger rivets in case you want to use them as anchors or hold them ups on your page. But again, you could make them also smaller and tuck them in the corners of your pockets like rivets. And finally, delete that. We've got our fun last group item, which is a full page cluster. It's like a quick page or even a template, except for it's not pulled in from the template side. Move all these over. So when you first get it, center it on the page and do group, ungroup. Now I have some choices as to what I want to tuck in the pocket. If I wanted one of these other items that were used, I could certainly come over. I just have to move it up and decide where I want it. I'll move it under. Now it looks like it's also been tucked into my pocket, and I can add some of my different pictures from our fun group. And like normal, you can make adjustments, move it here out of the way so that people can see. I could always make this one a little squatter so that I could get my people up front. Move this up. Now I've got a couple of pockets, and you'll notice that this is actually broken down into a few parts. The first part is this. Underneath is the original, but I have cut and copied apart this loop in case you want to tuck something through the loop. Maybe a string, maybe a bow tie. You can just see how it works here with this pencil. The next layer is this main part that includes the large pocket. So that allows you to tuck things in behind it right here. But we also, and if I hide it, you can see that they're just sitting here. Put it back. The next part is this pocket, which is a piece all by itself. That allows you to tuck in a photo or something under that pocket. And in the very bottom is the whole actual fused image. But you have a lot of possibilities. This could be a fun retro page about your high school or college years. It could be maybe your rough and tumble boys or girls that are coming in from playing in the mud. All kinds of possibilities for that. So this shows you all of the things that you can do with this everyday bundle. And I think you're going to have a lot of fun with it because there are so many bits and pieces that can be used between the papers, the normal pockets, and all of the enhanced items. I cannot wait to see what you make with this. Thanks for watching.